Hey guys, it's Dan, your host here, Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for Fear the Walking Dead. This is going to be the second part of my How I Would Write series. This one is going to be for Fear the Walking Dead Season 6.
I've already been on the wrong side of taking what people need.
Tell them they're making more enemies than friends out here.
And we got more bullets than we know what to do with. We're not doing careful. We're doing right.
Alright guys, so this is going to be doing another video for Fear the Walking Dead. This is going to be episode 2 of my How I Would Write series. This one was suggested by Brian Archim. I was going to do this one eventually anyway, but he kind of reminded me that this was going to be the next one that I was going to do. So I always have so many videos I want to kind of get around to. I kind of forgot to do this one, but man, this is a tough one to do because honestly, in my opinion, this show is already screwed. Let's just say that. Let's just say that right off the bat. This show is already screwed, you know? There really is no fixing it at this point, in my opinion. Maybe you guys disagree with me, but I mean, please, if you disagree with me, tell me why the show is fixable, because I look at this show and I don't see anything to fix it, because they've killed off so many characters that they shouldn't have. They've done so many bad decisions. They've made so many bad villains in the last little while. How would I write it if they said, Dan, you're in charge of Season 6, go? So, okay, what do I do? Okay, so I go in and I'm like, okay, how am I going to write Season 6? How am I going to make Season 6 perfect? And I'm like, this show is already screwed. Like, I'm just looking at it and I'm like, this show is already screwed either way. Would I try to save it? Would I try to make it better? Of course. But, would I really think that the fans are going to like it? No, because honestly, I think the show is already bad. I think it's just bad and it's always going to be bad, to be honest. I would be utterly shocked if Season 6 blew us away at this point. I don't see it happening. I don't even have faith in this show anymore, and that's just me being honest. But, how would I fix it? So, first of all, I would have Sherry save Morgan. That's the first thing I would have happen, because, Morgan would probably be very surprised to see her there, and I think I would have Sherry come in a very heroic way and save Morgan from the zombies, because how else is he going to get out of there, like, honestly? And, yeah, so I would have her save Morgan, and, that be that, pretty much. Now, I would have Morgan survive. I wouldn't have him be killed off, but here's where it gets exciting, okay? So, I would have everybody that's split up, of course, and, in Season 5, they were a lot more on the positive side, and they were a lot more, happy and stuff like that. In Season 6, I would have it be a very, dark storyline. You would have John, you would have Daniel, you would have, characters like this that really are going to do anything it takes to get back to the people that they want to get back to. Like Daniel, he is going to make it a point to whatever happens to get back to Skidmark and Charlie. John, he married June for a reason. It's not going to end here. He's going to do whatever he is going to do just so he could get back to her, even for a second, that is what he's going to do. I think that honestly Morgan is going to be in a position where he is the only person that is not being controlled by Virginia. And this is when I would have something very epic, okay? So, this is when I know maybe some people would disagree with me on, okay? But I like this idea a lot. I think this would be a really cool idea. You can hate on me if you want, but honestly, I would love this idea right now, and I'm going to say it. So, we know in Season 3 of Fear the Walking Dead, and that's the thing. I would want to stay faithful to Season 3 of Fear the Walking Dead, because, these new showrunners, they've just made it all about Morgan, all about them, all about what they want to do, totally ignoring the other seasons of Fear the Walking Dead. I would personally, you're telling me, okay, that a dam explodes with Proctor John, Nick, Daniel, and our main characters. You're telling me that our main characters survived? Every single last one of our main characters that was on that dam survived, but the Proctors didn't? Sorry, I disagree with that. And they were talking about going to Texas anyway. So, this is what I would do, okay? I would have the Proctors be a group where they have a lot more numbers now. Over time, they've had a lot of other people join because these people haven't had a choice, you know? And the Proctors really become a fearsome group in Season 6, and they return. But, you don't... Here's the thing. You're telling me that Nick and Daniel got out of there and, you know, all them guys, but the Proctors didn't? Like, you know... To me, that's ridiculous. So, I would have the Proctors come in. I would have the Proctors come in Season 6, and Virginia, even though we have a couple people that are working for her at her different locations, which, Virginia and her, I would make her more serious. I'm sorry, I can't have a villain that is going around making weird comments like... a little call the kids to dinner, a little, like, just stuff like that. I can't do it. I'm sorry, but it's the most cringiest thing ever. I would keep her, though, and I'm sorry, but I would. I would keep her. I would have her be on the more serious side. I would have her be a lot more serious and really being demanding, telling her people, this is what I want you to do, really controlling her people, and we really start to notice that Virginia is quite the control freak, that she really has to be in control, otherwise it just drives her crazy, you know? And, you know, basically, she is, you know, kind of, at this point, trying to manipulate our group, and she's really making our group slaves and doing what she wants, you know? Like, you could even have situations where John and some of the others, they're working for her, maybe, I don't know, they're building, you know, things for her people. John and, you know, June is at another place with a couple other people. Grace, she's pregnant, and, you know, what's gonna happen now, that type of deal. And everybody's all kind of just, you know, angry and frustrated because, you know, they are not with the people that they care about, you know? And Virginia is just having so much fun with that. But in a serious way, not in a very, like, you know, goofy, I don't even know what to call her way, you know? So yeah, but here's what I would have happen, okay? So they're all split up, they're all in a dark place, then I would specifically have, you know, Daniel, who is very, you know, he's obviously military trained. He knows what he's doing. I would have the group, at least a few of them, you know, kind of separate. But not only that, but Virginia has a lot of other slaves doing work for her as well that we don't know about. And this is when we can meet up with a few new characters, maybe. You can meet a few new characters that are slaves to her, too. You know, pretty much they're all working for her. And then... I would have a few of the characters in like a dark like storage container or like train cart or something, right? And they're all down there, they're all tied up, and, you know, and a few of them are our characters. Maybe you have, like, I don't know, maybe June's in there, maybe Althea's in there, you know, maybe, I don't know, a few of them are in there, that type of deal, and they meet a few new characters, and they all kind of work together and make kind of a plan to when, you know, and just like Terminus-ish, where when somebody comes to open this train cart door, we are gonna do something, you know? You know, maybe they're zip-tied, and like Althea says, you know how many times I've been zip-tied, you know, so that type of deal, so she kind of knows how to get out of it, and she'd be the first one to kind of step up and do something, you know? And I think I would make Althea a lot more likable in Season 6, is all I'm saying. So yeah, I would have Daniel as well. I would have Daniel as well, meeting new characters, and I would have, as soon as people come into the train car, I would have Daniel or whatever kind of distract them, and then some kind of turn around on them, start killing the two that come there, and you would just kind of have this battle type situation where, you know, Daniel has kind of started something, now everybody else is following suit, and, you know, everybody's split up, so they don't know what everybody's up to, but then you find out that Virginia is not doing this just for her. She also is forced to give people, at least about half of the group, half of the fear group, to the Proctors, because the Proctors want numbers, you know, and this is where I would have Proctor John come in. You know, the Proctors, you know, they want more people. They want to be stronger. That's Proctor John's whole thing. He wants people. He wants to be stronger, you know. He wants to have more people, and he already has maybe more people than even Virginia, but he wants to build up his numbers, and Virginia gives, okay, maybe half of the fear group to the Proctors, and then a little bit of them are reunited, you know. I don't know who you would have. You maybe have like, maybe Althea, you have June, maybe you have, a couple others in there with the Proctors, and they're stuck with them. And then I would also have Strand, who is kind of the guy that, maybe Virginia is pretending to be all nice to Strand and trying to kind of, trick Strand per se. Strand thinks that everything is going perfect, he's going to be able to get the group out of this somehow, and, he kind of meets up with Proctor John, and then Strand has to kind of figure out who he's going to work for. Is he going to work for Proctor John? Is he going to work for Virginia? What is he going to do here? Half of the group is captured with the Proctors now, and then the other half, just because Virginia doesn't have a choice because the Proctors are a lot stronger, so she kind of has to give up some of the fear group to the Proctors, that type of deal. And we know as fans who the Proctors are, but, Virginia, she kind of doesn't know as much about them, that type of deal. All that she knows is that they're outgunned, and she needs to give some people, some of the fear group to the Proctors, that type of deal. So, that's what I would have. But here's where I would also have things get interesting. I would have the two groups kind of, separately like that. So now you have just two groups like that. I would have Virginia have a few other locations too. Maybe you could do a couple cool locations. You could have maybe her running things that maybe like, because she has like a couple different outposts and stuff like that, Savior style. So maybe I would have like, what could you do? Maybe a high school. We haven't seen a high school in a while, so maybe I would have Virginia, maybe some of her people have like a high school. Maybe you have like, I don't know, maybe Alicia, maybe Luciana, maybe a few others are kind of there. And a lot of them are split up, but they're not all individually split up, because I don't want that. I think that's just a dumb idea. I would have a few of them kind of like in groups, like Alicia and Luciana and the kids, maybe they're like at this high school, and then there's a lot of them that are with the Proctors because Virginia's outgunned and she has no choice but to give some of the people to the Proctors. Maybe Althea, June, Daniel, and a few others are there. And then you would have the rest with Virginia at her main place that we saw in season 5. Maybe John's there, that type of deal. Maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to kind of think right now. Maybe the rabbi's there, a few other randoms. You kind of have it be like that. Oh, and then, okay, so then I would also have another location where Dwight is taken on his own. So you have Dwight and like a few other people, just a few like other randoms, but mainly it's just Dwight. And Dwight gets taken to another place, maybe like, another location. You could, figure that out, for sure. But, just to kind of say, I would have Dwight be given to the one outpost that Virginia has where Sherry is there. So Sherry has been working for Virginia. And when she called Dwight on the radio, that was real. She was looking for help. And because she's been, kept by Virginia for maybe, I don't know, a month or a couple weeks or something like that. And her and Dwight have to find a way to kind of escape together. So I would have, some kind of storyline like that. Now, in terms of character deaths for this season, so that's generally what I would have. I would have Virginia, and she knows full well that she's outgunned by these Proctors. These Proctors, they get some of the fear group too, because if not, Proctor John has enough people to take out Virginia and her group. And we already know the Proctors. We already kind of know them, that type of deal. And I know people are going to be like, damn, that's a really far-fetched prediction, but I love it because I absolutely loved Proctor John, and I wish he would be in the show, to be honest. So, and I don't think it's impossible. I don't think they'll do it, but I don't think it's impossible either. But if I was running things, that's what I would happen. So, yeah, Virginia kind of having no choice because she's kind of outgunned by the Proctors, and the Proctors have a lot more people now after these last couple years. They've been busy, that type of deal, right? And they're a lot more dangerous now. They're a lot more, powerful, that type of deal. And, Strand has no choice but to kind of be the middleman between Virginia and kind of trying to keep her happy and kind of making a lot of deals with her. And then he finds out that Proctor John is there. And he's, Proctor John and Strand could have a meet-up scene again. And it would be, like, just the most epic thing, And Proctor John could say to Strand, like, you set me up, that type of deal and this type of deal. So I would have something cool like that. And I would have Strand kind of be stressed out, not knowing what to do. Is he going to help his family? Is he going to help the fear group? Or is he going to have no choice but to cower again and help the Proctors or Virginia, And Strand just kind of doesn't know what to do, He's kind of losing it, Because that's Strand. That's Strand for you, So yeah, but in terms of character deaths for this season, and, like I said, the group kind of be not all equally split up. A few of them being in a couple different locations. Maybe Virginia, one of her outposts is a high school. I think that's a cool location. Maybe you could have, I don't know, a few other random buildings and places like that. Maybe, I don't know, just random places like this, you know? You could have her main home base, which she had, that we saw in Season 5, and then, you know, you could have a few other things like that. But Morgan and, Sherry are going to be on their, well, Morgan and Sherry, this is the problem. So, I would have, okay, so, I would have Morgan and Sherry, and they get captured. So, as soon as Sherry saves Morgan, you would have the two of them that get captured, right? And it would be one of those things where that's at the beginning of the episode, and then they're captured, and then you see Morgan, Sherry, and Dwight. So I kind of forgot about Morgan there. And you would have the three of them that kind of try to escape as well. So you would have the group very split up, that type of deal, and you would have the Proctors involved, Virginia kind of working for them, that type of deal. And in terms of character deaths for this season, what would I do? Who would I kill off? I would probably kill Wendell. I'd probably kill him off. I'd probably kill Luciana, 'cause she's just not doing anything right now. I'd kill all the kids. Yes, I know, crazy, right? But I'd kill all the kids. Let's see here. Let's see. I'd probably have Strand. I think is just still kind of too interesting of a character to kill off right now. But I think the main one I would have, and this would break people's hearts, I think, but the main one I would have would be June. I would have June be killed off, and John fight so hard to get her back, you know? That type of deal. And he almost gets to her, that type of deal. And then, of course, she ends up dead kind of just somehow here. So, that's just me. That's how I would do it. I know maybe for some people we kind of disagree with that, but that's how I would write it. So, yeah, I would make Virginia a lot more serious. She has a lot more outposts. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe she has like a couple outposts, like a high school. Like I said, that'd be one of them. The Proctors involved here. They have Virginia very outgunned, and Virginia has no choice but to give the Proctors what they want, which is people. And she gives at least half of the fear group to, the Proctors, you know, and Strand kind of is trying to be the nice guy with the Proctors and Virginia, but he has to kind of pick one, and, you know, he doesn't really know what to do, that type of deal. Is he going to help the group, that type of deal, and Strand really becomes one of the big focuses of Season 6. And Sherry saves Morgan, therefore them two get captured, and then you have them that's captured, Dwight and Morgan reunite, but as well Dwight and Sherry, and they have to, the three of them with maybe a couple other randoms, try to escape. You have a lot of other random slaves that Virginia has had for a few months now, and we get some new characters in here, maybe some cool new characters that maybe help our fear group kind of reunite and fight back against Virginia. And then when they think it's over, then you got the Proctors that come in, and they're kind of the villain. And then the half group that kind of survives Virginia, they have to get the other half of the fear group back from the Proctors, that type of deal. So yeah, that's what I would have happen. So maybe you disagree with me. I don't know. That's how I kind of go with it. Maybe for some people you're also going to ask, weren't they supposed to bring Troy back? Would you have Troy return? No, because he's supposed to be dead. I'm sorry, but that death is very clear that he is dead. So I wouldn't have him come in. But the Proctors, yeah, I would have them be alive because we don't have any evidence that they're dead. You're telling me that Nick and Daniel are alive, but the Proctors aren't? I'm sorry. I'm not believing that. Not for 1 second. So that's just me. But write your comments in the comment section below. And no, I would not kill Alicia. I would not kill Morgan. I would not kill John. I would not kill Dwight. But I would actually go for the June kill because I think that would be a very big deal. It would really change John, and it would really change up his character a lot. And I would also have a few other randoms like Luciana and Wendell, maybe all the kids, all the kids, and the rest I would kind of, just leave for this season. And Strand really being the big focus of the season, trying to figure out, is he going to cower like he used to? Or is he going to be the man that Daniel would want him to be and help the group? So, anyway, write your comments in the comment section below. What do you think about Season 6 of Fear of the Walking Dead? Would you like that better? And I would get rid of the gray filter, guys. That's another thing. I would so get rid of that. The camera, never film with that stupid camera again. I'm sorry, but never do that. And that's what I would have happen. So, anyway, write your comments in the comment section below. Of course, what do you guys think about this route? Do you guys disagree? Do you guys agree? Write that down in the comment section below. And, of course, if you're new here, click the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my Walking Dead videos. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. And, of course, peace out.